Hey Lisa, I'm creating this training video just for you, so it's has some Discord stuff. Okay. Anyways, I signed into Discord. I'm gonna pin it here so you can kind of get to it, and I'm gonna pin this so you get to it too. You're gonna need that to log into Bitmex. I'm gonna create a second account, so I'm gonna probably call this Bitmex here, and I'll call the other one Bitmex support and Bitmex admin. Okay, just depending on whatever account we're using. All right, so anyways, once you log in, you need that. So once you're in, we're gonna go over here. This is a crypto face. I paid into this group, so we're in the private well signals right here. And then just kind of do what he says. So it says no one should have any large position or NL market is uncertain, sort of split 50-50. Play bullish, but until late Thursday, Friday. So he kind of thinks it's gonna go up until Friday, so 2 more days. Third of my BTC long on the table. Third, everything else has been closed. Busy day today, but keep an eye on things. We made a lot of gains the past few days. There's so much more to come. P.S. I have a bank. Okay, give me some love. So she comes for you. Okay, so she's all right. So anyways, let's go into part of his previous one. So try to get as close as possible. If we miss it, just put the order in anyway and see what happens. Okay. If we miss it, it's fine, because sometimes it comes back and wicks us in. Okay, so let's say he says, hey, 126, 127 is ETH, safer target than 130. So I think we're getting out right here, because I think before that we were getting in. So based on the history, he'll say, hey, now this trade could go sideways, so just prepare. And he usually tells us what to do. Okay, sometimes he'll tell us when to close, but usually most time he'll say he closed himself, so we just kind of close with him. Okay. Alright, so basically it says, hey, I'm gonna long ETH 1190. So let's say we got this, and this is like, recent. This is old, like yesterday, so it's old now. But I'm just gonna follow it, okay? So 1119. So we're gonna go ETH. We go over here to ETH. So these are the tabs for different coins: Bitcoin, Cardano, whatever. ETH, okay? So he says 119, and we'll make sure we're on a limit order. 119 points, whatever it was, 9. Actually, this is, sorry, price here. 119, what else did he say? 119.90. And go ahead and just trade 1,000 contracts for now. Which means we use 10x, that we're going to only use $100 to control $1,000 with the ETH. Okay, so if it says long, then that's LNG there. So we'll then hit 119 long, and then buy. Okay, we'll see that order is placed here, and there it is. So if it actually comes down and wicks us in, it'll put us into a buy position. Okay. He also says, we knew we should enter before they come back down, hit the target, long BTC. So if he does that, say 3586, 3560, then we'll do that too. 3560, 3586. So we'll go XBT or Bitcoin, BTC, and then we'll long that also. So 35, what is it? 3586. So we'll put 3586, and then we'll do also 1,000. And we do 3586. So this actually might get us in. So let's go ahead and do that. 3586, and this is going to cost us this much to control a third of a Bitcoin. So control 1,000 and cost us $200. $100. Okay, so then that'll put us in right there. So now it's gonna wick us in. So as soon as it comes down, it'll get us 3586. 3586. So we're actually gonna get filled right now pretty soon. So we're right there. This gold says we're in there. So as soon as someone is gonna sell their stuff, then we will be able to get in, and then it'll show right here 1,000 contracts. Okay. All right, and then he also says What else? 3586 and 3560. Then just put those into 3560. Just in case it goes further, we'll buy another 1,000 contracts. Okay. So make sure the post only is always checked so that it's always a limit order and we actually get money for being a market maker. So if it goes down, we buy. If it goes down further, we will buy again. Okay. And then after that, 1, 2, 3, it will pops back up. Then we're good to go for the next 2 days. Okay. So it looks like more people are coming in to buy. So we'll see. It's probably gonna go up and it won't fill us, or it'll go up, it'll come back and bounce and fill us in. Okay. Alright, so this is old. We already got out of this. It kind of came back again. So we're just gonna, for the sake of the sample, because I already bought in over here, made some money somewhere around here, I don't know. And now it's gonna doing it again. So let's go ahead and hit that and then let it bounce up again. Okay. So another opportunity to buy. So usually I'll wait till the latest message, and if it's within a few hours, go ahead and do it. And so he's going to go to bed. So usually around this time is probably when you're going to be trading. If I'm during the day, I'll trade. If once you're on, then kind of keep this open and monitor his trades, because I'm sleeping around this time, but he's going to be up, so you can take over there. If you're available, then just trade. Most of the time, I'll put them in. If they're in, then leave it. If I'm not there, then just you put them in, okay? And especially for selling too. So now he says 126 is target. That's where we're gonna sell. So let's go ahead and put those targets in. 126, 127 is safer than 130. That's the price. So we're originally gonna target 130 to sell on ETH. So make sure we're on the right one. Pricing is right. ETH, Ethereum, there it is. So we're gonna buy in at 121, and then we're gonna sell at 130. So usually he won't put that in yet unless we're in position. But let's say we are in a buy position and we got in, then we'll go ahead and sell at 130. Okay, so the order will be placed there. We look at the chart. That means if it gets us in at this price at 119, when it goes up, it'll sell. Okay, now you have to actually open and close it in order to make money. Okay, otherwise it goes up and then it comes back down and you're losing money, and then it goes up. So you have to kind of like close it when it gets to this top as much as possible, and it's best to kind of anticipate where it's going so that you get flicked in and then it comes back down real quick. If you don't place somewhere right away, it flicks up and you're like, oh shit, I need to put the sell. Well, it's already on its way down. It's kind of too late. So usually it'll hit those prices very quickly, and in order to catch it, you have to hit it. You have to set it up before it actually hits that price. Okay, and so we kind of play the wicks. You play these wicks down here, play the wicks up there. So if this kind of wicks down, we'll get in, and then if it rises up, we'll wick us out and go from there. Okay, but we can't do it too many times. I like to straddle them too, but sometimes if it wicks up and it keeps going, that's where we end up losing this, because we can't come back now. Or you have to wait a couple of days for it to drop all the way back down to that price, and you might not, or we get liquidated and then we lose the entire $100 or 10x leverage, the $100 that controls this $1,000. Okay, so that's how that goes. I think that's pretty much all you need to know to trade. Go ahead and use this account for now until I set up the next account, and I'll direct you otherwise. Market is that's if you really need to get out. When it says, like, he'll say that too, like, get out now. Let's see, I'll say it somewhere in here. Like, he'll get into something and it wicked, and he's like, get out now, close your positions and whatever. Then just close it out with the market. Yeah, he'll say it somewhere on here. So he's like, hey, I got out, or get out of your position now, because like sometimes there's like huge drop and you made a ton of money. Like here, we were here shorting, and then boom, it just hit within 15 minutes. And he's like, get out now. Well, we don't have time to set up the limit orders, because it's kind of, you're trying to, buy it back, and we can't buy back. It's still retracting, so it just just close it out. And the way to close it out is that here you're in position. So let's say we're gonna buy whatever. We close out with market. Click that button and close out automatically. Okay. Another way is to do stop market, and then but then you have to enter the position. Like, oh, I was 2. This is 10. I have to type it. It's too late. Just hit that, close it out, done. Okay. So when this here says ROE, there's usually there'll be a green profit because we made a lot of money. Then it says close it now, then close it. Otherwise, he'll say, hey, I'm getting out at the target of whatever, and you set those target up. Once it hits it, boom. Now sometimes he'll sell part of it. He say, hey, so took some profit. He'll take about 50%. So let's say he's in profit by right here, and this is in profit. Instead of that, he'll take 50%. So he'll just sell one. He'll just put one there, and then sell that, and then put a stop loss below it, and then watch the rest go up. Now the stop market is if it falls below a certain price, then we'll stop market it. So let's say we're in position, and let's say we're here, right? We bought right there, but if it falls anything below 120.8, we want to get out because it's going in the wrong direction. So 120.8, just put that in there, and then we'll do a sell stop market, and then it'll get us out. Okay, so that's my start. If the price, if we're in a buy position and it drops below this, it'll trigger this and it'll just sell us out and get us out. Okay, so that's if you're asleep. So let's say it went up. It's like, hey, I'm tired. We're in profit. We can still use a stop loss trigger so that, hey, we took some profit, but let's just put it below here. If we go to bed and it actually drops below, then it'll sell us out. Otherwise, we give it some room to go back up, and then we'll sell market later. So it's just kind of to lock in our profits with this, or to reduce our losses any further with the stop loss. Okay. Now just be careful when you use it. Just expect that you see how long these hairs are. It'll probably wick in again, and it might say go up. It'll wick you, close you out, and then take off, and that can happen too. So that's the thing about stop losses. You have to make sure it's farther enough so that it doesn't get wicked out. And sometimes it doesn't always work. So most of the time we don't use them. Okay. But if you really need to use them and there's a lot of money on the table, then maybe, kind of thing. All right, and I think that's basically it. And sometimes I will move my stop loss over here too, because even though I after like, hey, I think it's gonna go down, but I don't know when it's gonna go down. I'll put it here so when it tanks, it'll pick it up and stop loss and sell, and get me into position, and then buy it back down here. So it depends. Okay. So I don't want to confuse you too much. I think that's pretty much it. All you really need to know is this limit order here. Make sure that's checked, and you just kind of play these two with the numbers or with dollars and contracts, and you need to close immediately, or you need to close with the opposite. If you buy, you need to sell it to close out the transaction, or you sell it first and you're in profit, you need to buy it to get out. Okay. If you keep doing more, it'll keep adding more to your position. So if you are already in a sell, and then you accidentally hit a sell again, it'll make that into 2,000 contracts. So now we're in for 2,000 bucks, and we haven't closed out yet. So we're like, you just go in here, close it out, we're done. Okay, but this does cost us a fee. Okay, if we don't have to wait, get out immediately, we can then do a limit order, and that actually saves us money, especially when we get to like 30,000 contracts. That'll save us like 50 bucks because that's a lot of money there, and that'll cost you 50 bucks to buy and sell. So that'll save us some money, and we do like $50 transactions every like 10 times a day. That can add up to 500 bucks in a day. Okay, it can really add up fast. All right. Okay, so limit order as much as you can, unless he says get out immediately or get out now, then just market close. Okay. Alright, so that's pretty much it. So far there's no trades for today. He's taking a break. He made a lot of money the past few days, and just wait for the next one and go from there. I'll add some other trading strategies later, but for now just kind of follow what he says. Okay. Alright, thanks. Talk to you then.